That hurt. More verticality. Recording in progress. All right. All right. Welcome to the Straight Red Card. I actually remembered there's no intro to the show. We just hit record and we go. It's like the old days.
Yeah.
Again, thanks for everybody that supported the last show. I mean, it's great. Like whenever we're near 100 people watching a show live, that's crazy to us because we haven't been doing these live shows very long. So, we were thinking, like 15 people will show up. First show we did was like, what was it?
First show we got like 104 to 110 area.
Oh, so people are getting sick of us.
We teeter generally between 80 to 100 at this point. It just depends, and it fluctuates throughout it. So it's possible that I might miss sometimes.
Yeah,
us hitting up there, or maybe StreamYard doesn't update as consistent. But I can't watch StreamYard and then watch YouTube at the same time. Very easily.
We've been watching Pete's show live. We've been watching Tack show live. We've been watching, everybody else's shows live. Jimmy's show, and now like Pete and Tack, they were there. Yank Report, Sam was there on our show watching us live. That's exciting. I like that. I like our community and how it's kind of coming around. And I don't expect poor Jake of FIFA America to be on our show because that's just a fuck up. I mean, it's like
maybe some
4 in the morning right now. Yeah,
it would be us having to live a watch party of some form.
But he has been on some of our live, and then he's like, "Hey, yep, love it, guys. I gotta go to sleep because he's got shit to do." But no,
it puts him right at midnight, roughly speaking.
Right.
So that's gonna be rough.
So I just want to thank everybody for following the show and the 2 guys that actually bought merch so far. We sold two shirts. It's awesome. That's just fucking awesome.
If you guys are interested, take a look down in the description.
Yeah, down below there's a description. We got mugs, we got beer glasses, we got shirts, we got a hoodie. Okay, they're all in black and white. I get it. You don't want black and white. I'm working on the other colors. Just takes a little bit longer because you can't just pick a color apparently, or let somebody else pick a color. You have to make them individually with different colors. So
we'll have to make sure we just pick a specific grouping of colors.
Oh, and by the way, I fucked up the name of that cave diving show. It's called Dive Talk. Like if you want to get creeped out about a bunch of morons who put on scuba gear and swim through like mega number of feet of water and go through creepy, very constrictive tunnels. Like I'm claustrophobic. So I watch Dive Talk and I watch their show and they have footage of some of these guys that died and all that shit. Dude, it freaks me out. But I watch it anyhow. I'm a dark human being, I guess. Very dark. I mean, listen, I'm a positive guy in real life. But, when I'm alone, I like to explore sort of the murkier parts, no pun intended, of human existence. And that also, I think I texted you. I'm like, damn, I just finished watching this Cleopatra documentary, and she like married both of her brothers before she, banged Julius Caesar and the other dude later on, Mark Antony.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, that's gross.
It's
through her own brothers.
They portrayed it on Rome. Have you ever seen the TV show Rome?
Yes.
They portrayed it there. They only showed one brother, but yeah.
But it's not like they're the only ones doing it. Like this happened throughout. I watched another one about all the inbredness of the monarchies and across Europe. Like everybody's like fucking their cousin and having some weird looking fuckers like Philip from Spain. That dude was deformed. I mean, He had a bigger honker than me, and it was like went over his mouth. That guy looked like, seriously, that's the problem with inbreeding, right? And yeah, that's just gross. Fucking your sisters and your cousins. Like, I don't know. Sounds gross to me. I mean, I wouldn't even consider it. I mean, it's not just because society told me that it's gross, but it's like, fucking your sister? Really? That's disgusting. What is disgusting? You have a sister. That's just...
It's messed up, yeah. It's Game of Thrones. That's creepy as shit, yeah.
Yeah, except for this really happened. Like, in the Egyptian family tree, it happened constantly. People married their brothers. And then they had children. Ugh.
Was it Joaquin Phoenix from Gladiator? He's like telling his sisters, like, and you'll provide me an heir of pure blood.
Yeah, pure fucked up blood. Because
Cassius was already fucked up anyways.
Yeah. So. Yeah. What you mean, the character? Yeah, that he played.
The actual Roman.
Yeah, do you like a cleft lip? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean that. Yeah, but no, I mean Cassius, the actual Caesar, he was totally fucked up anyways. I don't think you needed to provide him a more inbred, heir.
Yeah.
At that point.
That's another guy I get compared to all the time, or I did when I was younger. They're like, damn, dude, you look like Joaquin Phoenix. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. Cleft lip and all. It's better than Belushi.
He's made it work out for himself.
Usually when I lost weight, they would say that. And then when I got fatter, they go, you look like Belushi. So I can't win either way, no matter what I do. All right, enough of bullshit. Because we got
20 minutes, Derek. 20 minutes.
We got a report to do after 5 minutes of bullshit. So there are guys, and we're starting in Friday that played, right? And Daryl DK is he's in training. He's still injured, so he's not there yet for West Brom. Dwayne Holmes was in the 18, didn't play in the tie on Friday. Timothy Way played 12 minutes in a tie. And again, we've already expressed our concern with his playing time recently. It's not good. John Thompkinson, again, another guy because he makes the big boy roster sometimes, the big boy 18 for Norwich. I mean, he should. Their defense sucks. So,
pretty much.
I mean, I would like to see Thompkinson, especially if they've already decided, yeah, we're going down. I'd like to see him get some time with the Norwich.
You'll look to the future. Gotta look to the future.
Because he constantly plays for the Norwich U23s, and they're winning. They're not losers. They win. Alex Borto played against Thompkinson. He's the goalkeeper at Fulham in that loss against Norwich U23s. He played for the Fulham U23s. All right, I'm skipping players that don't matter. I mean, okay. Yeah, I mean, they don't matter in the sense that they're not like nibbling on the edge of being considered for the U.S. men's national team. Maybe the U20s in some cases. But like, I think one of those guys might be, or the U23s. Like Nicolas Carrera is a 19-year-old kid that plays for Holstein Kiel. And he went for his first 46 start for that team. Got pulled at halftime, which is never good because there's not an injury. Which means either they change formation or they're just like, you're not working out. Yeah. So we'll see how that works. They lost. Taylor Booth, a goal for Bayern 2. So, I mean, I know he has a deal to leave on another, was it loan or transfer? I can't remember. But he's not going to be at Bayern 2 for very much longer. I think the next
somebody's going to place a bid for him.
Next transfer window, he's going somewhere else. Alex Mendez, we already talked about him at length. Vizela, he got 12 minutes in a tie versus Benfica. He's not playing that much. He's getting spare minutes here and there anymore. So if anybody's telling you about how well Alex Mendez is doing in Portugal,
currently not so much.
Yes. All right. And then we moved into Saturday. Gio Caccini was in the 18 for Montpellier, did not play. EPB got 90 in a win. So that's good for Trois.
Didn't he make like a team of the week for Ligue 1?
He might have made it for the team of the week for
League.
I mean, I wouldn't shock me. They won the game. He played well, but no, he's not going to get called up, folks. He hasn't been around for any of the windows. I mean, he might, but he'll just right behind. Toljan did not dress. I'm not sure. Toljan must have something serious going on, but he's not in the injury list, so I don't know what to say about him. He's just not dressing all of a sudden. McKennie's still injured. Musa did not dress because of card accumulation. Ream and Robinson continue to roll. They got 90, but it was just a tie. But they're like 10 points up in the championship. So back up for those guys. Ola Sunday's injured. Horvath, 90 in a win. And he is just killing it right now. And I think he should start. He's the most informed keeper playing in a decent league that we have. Mighton did not dress. Not sure what's going on there. Balogun went another 90 for Middlesbrough in a tie. Brooks 90 in a loss, and he had a kind of crummy game. So God, I hope Greg doesn't use that as the excuse.
I told you.
The very
He's
game.
Not informed.
So the roster should be announced on the 16th, or at worst the 17th this week. And so we'll know. I have famously predicted that Brooks is going to be on the team, but could Greg use this as an excuse to say, yeah, he's back out of form again? See? Yeah, I guess
the question is, yeah, you see? Given that we bring 5 center backs, I mean, who else at that point? I guess he could bring in McKenzie again.
Yeah, but McKenzie's out of form. He's not even playing for Genk. He didn't even make the fucking bench last game.
That's the thing. So yeah, just real quick recap. We're not going to talk about this, but obviously we talked about Zimmerman, Miles, Long, Ream, and Brooks. Those are our guests. Our guesses last Thursday.
Yep.
So yeah, if you don't bring in Brooks because he's quote unquote out of form, you got to bring in somebody else who's out of form who hasn't played for Berhalter, like EVB or CCV.
Yeah. And they know.
What are you gonna do?
They know dick squat about Greg's system because they've not been around for how many windows? Lots of windows.
Since the summertime.
Yeah. That's a long time to not be acclimated with your team. Yeah. It's a long time.
Now.
And Richards is injured still. I mean, he's in practice, but
he hasn't made the 18th since he's returned.
Yeah, speaking of Richards, he didn't play for Hoffenheim.
Neither did Che.
Yep, Che was in the 18, but he didn't play. And then we moved to Tyler Boyd, who went 90 in a loss in Turkey. Whew, they're going down. They're going down. They are in last place for the sport. Scally went 90 in a win at right back. I thought he played pretty well.
No, yeah.
Brian Reynolds, 45, yanked at halftime.
Oh. It was good up until that point.
In a loss. Same thing. Well, Duncan went 90 in a loss for Ostunde. Odasawi does not dress because he's injured. Or he's got something I don't know about. Because this guy's not. He came back for 2 games and then he was back out again. You don't even see his name. Cardoso, he did end up playing this.
He doing some modeling in England just recently or something like that?
Who? Odasawi?
Odasawi. I thought I saw that on Twitter.
Well, he better do something soon because he's not going to be making money playing soccer the way that's going.
Yeah, pretty much.
Odasawi's in big trouble. And it's, again, and I hate to say this, but it's a maturity issue. Fossey, 90 in a loss. But he's playing every game for Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
Gooch, 60 in a win. Lucas Tomares, 45 for Hoffenheim's U19. It's just a guy to keep an eye on. But he was yanked at halftime. It's never good.
Yeah, a lot of that going around.
Yeah, it does. Philip Ackham, 20 for Hoffenheim's U19s as well. So we had 2 Americans at Hoffenheim's U19 team.
Mm-hmm.
Luca Fava, 90 for Bochum's U19s in a win. He went 90, so that's good. Sog Hamonian, 77 for Dusseldorf's U19s in a loss. Novakovic, now we're in Italy, went 60 in a win.
Hey.
For Frosinone. Yeah, which is a turnaround because
it's rebound.
Dude, they started at the top of the table at the beginning of the league, and then they just start sinking like a rock. And then finally, they're getting but they're stuck in mid-table now. They do this every season. It's really
annoying. They were 5th last week when we did this.
Yeah, they're somewhere around upper mid-table. but nowhere near a chance of being promoted. They're
seventh right now.
Many points
And,
behind. Many points behind the third place team.
5. I mean, it's doable.
It's getting late in the season. They better keep winning. That's all I got to say.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Fernando Arce 90 for Juarez in Liga MX in a loss. But Ventura Alvarado is now riding Pine, as he did at Inter Miami last season. Sagar Arce, Fernando's younger brother, went 2 for Mazatlan in Mexico. Reggie Cannon, 90 in a tie at right wing back this time. Okay. Not playing right center back anymore.
Change of formation.
I do have to do some MLS mentions because Andres Jason for NYFC had an assist, and he's been playing really well for NYFC.
I guess before you, sorry, you do all your MLS people, and then I'll jump into my little soapbox. Chicago Fire.
Mihailovic, an assist and a loss. We still have Sunday to go for Yanks Abroad, by the way. Cervania got an assist. So these are just guys that did shit. Christian Baird, an assist for Houston. Altidore, a goal. Glad, a goal for RSL. Wood got the assist or an assist. Vasquez for Cincinnati got 2 goals. He got a brace. That was one of those guys that everybody had like really high hopes for. And in fact, since he thought so much from him, they stole him for Atlanta. And now maybe he's going to come good this year. We'll see. Dotson got an assist. Miles Robinson was out because of a yellow card, not from injury. So just to be clear about that. So that's MLS. I know you have something to add.
I was going to say, personal thing, Solonino with another clean sheet. Chicago happens to be one of 7 teams left that's unbeaten. Yes, I know. Hey, I'm taking every chance I could possibly brag about anything at this point. After about 12 years of wooden spooning it, I'm finally started off strong-ish. 5 points in 3 games. I'll take it.
Why don't you and Heath Pierce get a room?
We're gonna do the podcast. So you're asking if we're gonna do?
You and Heath Pierce are about as high on Slanina as
again. I will take any second I can to brag about Chicago. We're talking about Yanks and MLS. Why not? I'll bring him up. Fuck it.
You guys are both as high on him as Cheech and Chong. You need to get over it. He's
I will bring up Chicago.
Years old.
I will bring up Chicago every week. Every week this comes up.
He's a fucking fetus in goal years. A fetus.
He's
all right.
That doesn't take anything away from the actual play, though, Derek. Okay, so what? So what? A 29-year-old scored a goal. Congratulations, Josie. I'm assuming 29. He might be older than that. Congratulations! Yay!
I'm not congratulating him.
You did. You gave him credit. You said he scored a goal. That's giving him credit.
No, those are just facts. That's what he did.
And okay, no different than what I just did.
No. That's not what you and Heath Pierce did. Heath Pierce said he should start the game in Mexico.
I joked around about that. But all I said was he got another clean sheet, and Chicago happens to be one of 7 teams that are undefeated right now.
That is nice. I would like to see Chicago come to some sort of prominence. They're one of the bigger cities in the MLS, and they have been, frankly,
12 years.
Poorly led for so long. It's really pathetic.
Like I said, 5 points in 3 games. I'm happy as a pig in shit right now.
I don't know how you've hung in there with it. I mean, at least
I'm glutton for punishment.
At least as an LA Galaxy fan, I got to watch Abramovich, Zlatan play for a couple.
The final 2 years of Beckham too for you.
He was badass. So there was hope, right? Whereas, I mean, you've been hopeless for at least a decade, right?
Yeah, about 10, 12 years. Yeah,
hopeless in Chicago.
Every year, I had hope.
Should be a movie. You should star in it. Hopeless in Chicago. All right.
It'd just be nothing more than just me panning over the years, getting older, and Chicago staying at the bottom of the table.
It's been bad, dude. I don't know how you supported this team for so long. All right. Sunday, Jesse Marsh had a enormous win against Norwich City in a 2-1 victory.
Late game antics.
Wow. Yeah. What a game, though, man. It was a blast to watch. It really was. It was so crazy. And
A blast in the sense that Leeds played well and won the game, or because from what I understood, Norwich did not play well.
no, Leeds should have been up in the first half like 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
And they were incompetent finishing. So that game could have been a lot worse for Norwich City. Leeds played very well most of the game. I would have told Jesse to chill a little bit. You know, when they won the game, he spazzed out on the sidelines, but I get it. It's hard to contain that sort of excitement, especially when you're tied 1-1. There are just minutes left in the game and you get a late winner. I get it. You freak out.
I think the big thing is the long streak of no wins at all.
Yes.
No, nothing at all, actually.
Yeah. And it's over, right?
Yeah.
So,
and all of a sudden you got that one big win against a team that you're fighting against relegation with, you know. So that was probably the big thing. Like you're making sure the bottom feeders are still being kept down while you're inching a little higher away from them, you know.
yeah.
So
Exactly.
that was a big win.
Oh, it's huge. It was such a relief. And people are going to say, well, why do you care so much? Because, like, going forward, if Jesse Marsh fails like Bob Bradley didn't really fail, he wasn't given much of time or anything. Like, this is it, right? Because then we're all Ted Lassos, and English don't really accept David Wagner as an American. They're like, oh no, he's fucking German. His name's David Wagner, and his English is spoken in very, German accents. So David Wagner's never, except for us who watched him as a U.S. player in the few games he played for the U.S. men's national team, ever been considered very American. He's very German. He grew up in Germany. He lived in Germany. He played in Germany. He's coached in Germany. I don't think he spent a whole lot of time here. So that doesn't matter. I'm half German. I spent the first number of my years of my life in Germany. I'm very American, though. My mom spent the first 19 years of her life in Germany. She speaks great German, but she's an American citizen now. So anyhow, that's neither here nor there. Pulisic went 12 in a win. Good to see him get back from what was a high fever test that he didn't pass.
Yeah. And Tuchel talked about how it took some big balls to play him as a wingback.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in fairness to that argument, he had the option between putting Pulisic out there or Alonso, and I think he went for more of an offensive one to try to. His exact quote, and I'm paraphrasing, I guess I shouldn't say his exact quote, but what he said was, I had an option to choose whether or not to stick it out for that 1 point or go for the 3 points and then take the chance of possibly losing that 1 point. So he gambled and said, getting the 2 points is more important than possibly losing 1 point.
And they scored after Pulisic came in. So
it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out.
His big balls proved right.
Okay. I don't really want to think of Tuchel's balls. So
he had a good feeling about Pulisic and his big balls.
So we got balls. We got the word feeling involved. This is great. This is really could hurt the algorithm. All right.
We're way too far into that, man. We're 23 minutes in.
No shit. So I'm going to speed up. Sargent went 62 in that loss to Leeds. And I mean, you can't blame him. I mean, what the fuck was he going to do?
I mean, looking at the ratings, I saw a couple of places were giving like 4s. And I was like, oh, what an awful game that must have been. But then I looked around, and the bulk of Norwich all had like 3s or below.
He didn't play. Yeah, he didn't play well.
It was just a bad game, period.
Yeah, everybody played like shit. So, I mean, I don't know what you do there. Norwich just sucks. They suck. They suck donkey dick is what they suck. Reina went 30, as we mentioned earlier. I might have said 20, but it was 30, actually. Leonard Maloney went 5 for Dortmund as well.
I think he said baloney for whatever reason.
Leonard Baloney.
There's no baloney about baloney getting 5 minutes.
Bello went 90 for Arminia Bielefeld in that loss, by the way. He didn't, he wasn't horrible. It wasn't his fault either in that loss. Dunze 90 for Leicester's U23s. Christian Kappas was in the 18 for Bromby, didn't play. Vines went 45 yanked at halftime for poor play. Mackenzie didn't even dress. Chris Durkin in the 18. Aronson 80 and a win. Adams, 12 and a win. Green, 45. Tillman, 45 and a loss. Actually, it was, the usual. Green came in for Tillman. Or Tillman came in for Green. Oh, that was Tillman
Vice versa, usually.
that came in for Green at
It's usually
halftime
vice versa.
for poor play. So Green finally got a start. He played like shit. They brought Tillman in at halftime. Conrad in the 18, Chandler in the 18, Luca De La Torre 90 and a tie. Matt Miazga is riding Pine. Des went 18, was in the 18. Johan Gomez 45 and a loss for Zwickau. Stanko 90 in a loss for PAS in Greece. Wingo 33 and a win. Salcedo 7 and a loss, and boy, Puma sucks. Mueller 67 minutes for Hibs in a win. Joe Effort was on the other team and started as striker and went 90 minutes for Motherwell. He got a goal. He scored, but they still lost. I always told you to keep an eye on this Joe Effort guy. I think he's going to be a sneaky character. It just won't go away. He might start really ringing shit up here in the Scottish Premier League, and then others might notice. Sands went 90. And I think that was a cup game. Yeah, it was a cup game. So, yeah, they're just playing their guys that are bench guys. I mean, I don't want to be mean to Sands, but he hasn't really done much since he got to Rangers.
Outside that first game or two.
Speaking of back, I'm back, and that is Shaq Moore. He is back. He went 90 for Tenerife, and he got an assist. And they won. And it was the first game they've won in a while. And who'd you play? You played Shaq Moore, motherfuckers. Play Shaq Moore, dumbasses.
Play Shaq Moore?
Shaq Moore, play him more. Yes. Shashua got 20, by the way, in that game. Didn't really have much of an impact. But Jonathan Gomez, 90 for Real Sociedad's B team. They in a tie. PFOC, another goal, 90 minutes, tie. We're coming near the end here. Monday, Stefan in the 18. Didn't play. Busio, 79 and a loss to Lazio. Tessman was in the 18, didn't play. Matthew Hoppe did not dress for Mallorca. We already addressed that. That was bullshit. It's got to end. Stabby, 90 and a loss for OB. Sealy, 8 for PSV2. Man, his playing time's dropping hardcore. I don't know what's going on there. Harks, 28 and a loss. And that was against Celtic in a cup game. And so CCV played 90 in that win. Haji Wright, 75 and a goal for Antalyaspor. So, I don't know. Ben Lederman. We don't even talk about Ben Lederman. Who cares what he's doing in Poland? He played for the U23 Polish team. So, he's done with us. All right. So, that's it, folks. There's really not much more to cover.
We'll simply say that Venezia needs to pick up their shit, man. They're in relegation zone now.
It's not looking good. It really isn't. And, yeah, so bad. By the way, I did watch a video on how Worcestershire sauce is made. Did you know that shit's like fish sauce?
I've watched it before. I don't know if it's the exact same video, but I've watched it, how it's made. And,
see all those anchovies they put in that shit?
Mm-hmm.
I never knew it. I love Worcestershire sauce, but I had no idea it was a fish sauce. None. Absolutely zero idea.
It comes from England, so it makes sense.
No.
Isn't it?
No, it does. You're right. Parents and whatever his name is, that's English. But the thing is, one of those two guys, Liam Parents, is it? So I think they were like biologists. And so this guy came from India, and he said, I have this great sauce. Let's replicate it in England. But he came from India. So they made Liam Parents based on trying to copy a sauce from India. And I'm glad they did it because I love it on Chex Mix too. It's great shit. All right. Enough about Chex Mix and Liam Parents.
I really only use it in seasoned meats and hamburger meat, but also in barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I put in a lot of things you wouldn't suspect.
There's probably a lot of things it could go into. I guess I don't necessarily dabble. Yeah,
I dabble a lot with Worcestershire. I just do. I love it. It's great shit. Anyhow, that by the way, that Tostitos lime chip commercial, I fucking hate lime on my chips. I don't like
Not a big fan of it either. Yeah.
That's disgusting. I don't like that weird.
Goes in the
flavor.
coconut.
What?
The lime goes in the coconut.
Is that a song?
Lime, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Put the
about.
lime in the coconut. No?
I should know that song, but I don't know.
It's by Harry Nilsson. Sorry, put Harry in front of anything.
Well, I know who Harry Nilsson is. I just never heard that song.
Yeah, put the lime in the coconut. You made me, man. You really made me second guess that shit.
That sounds like something that guy who would wrote the Margaritaville songs would write.
Yeah, I can see that.
In Margaritaville.
Once we stop this, I'll play the song and you'll hear it.
No,
Don't get us struck for that. No, you put that away. Put that away. Don't even have it close to it.
No, I'm doing Margaritaville.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying don't do that.
Why?
The algorithm will pick that shit up.
I'm not that accurate. Christ.
Doesn't matter. Hum that shit. You hum that shit. You got. Hum the happy birthday song. That's just not owned by anybody now.
Well, he's got that other song about hamburgers in paradise. Like, I never knew who this guy was.
Jeez.
Whatever. I moved to Indiana and they're like, oh, yeah, this is a good band. I'm like, no, it's not. He writes about margaritas and hamburgers. I don't give a fuck about either of those things. I know it's more than the Margaritaville thing, but it's not my thing. You want Jimmy Buffett? Hey, dude. Hey, we all have guilty pleasures, right? It's okay. I don't mind it, but don't tell me it's good.
Given your realm of extracurricular activities, I'm kind of surprised you don't like it at some point. To some degree.
Like what?
Smoking.
Smoking?
That's a big thing with them, yeah.
Well, so some motherfucker can just show up and sing about smoking, and I'm going to be like, hey, that's good. I love smoking. Even though the song sucks.
All right, we'll talk about that later. Regardless, this is already 30 minutes into it.
Yeah, we're out of here. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma, and check out the merch. Yeah, I know we're pushing the merch. So what? We're going to, because we finally figured out we were morons and the link never worked, so nobody ever bought any merch.
They kept clicking on the dead link, yeah.
We got t-shirts. Actually, we're buying some of our own shit, so we'll be wearing it or featuring it on the show, depending on how long it takes to be delivered. I don't know. But until then, don't buy that bullshit Domino's pizza commercial about, hey, we're going to pay you to pick it up because we're going to pay you because you're delivering your own pizza. So we're going to give you a tip for that. What? Their pizza sucks. Don't buy Domino's pizza. I guess they just ruined that possibility, right?
Yeah, they're no longer a sponsor. They were going to sponsor our next live stream, but
your sauce tastes like ass. Your red sauce tastes like ass. So
I actually don't have a problem with Domino's. I mean, I don't mind it as a cheap pizza.
Yeah, but
it is what it is.
You're willing to buy anything for your kids just to fucking shovel it down their throat. You're like, pizza, here it is. Eat that shit.
Dog egg.
Just eat some shit. I don't want to make dinner tonight. Here's some fucking nasty ass pizza.
Got fucking Wendy's today because I didn't really make dinners tonight.
But Wendy's is good. Their burgers are good and their fries are good. So, all right, enough of this shit, Brett. What are we doing? All right, folks, thank you for showing up. We will be back again, hopefully as soon as we get the next roster, which is supposed to be the 16th, and then we'll come out and we'll pop on it. We'll talk about it, and we'll get your feedback. Thanks. Cheers. That hurt. More verticality. Recording in progress. All right.